Greetings, sacred hearts of the new Avalon revelation. So much energy, so much information and activations coming in. I'm going to try to squeeze this all in today's transmission. Since the merging, the reunion, the connection of Comet Swan and Comet Atlas, so much has transpired and manifest into the field. There's several things coming directly from source that I need to transmit today. We're going to do the regular transmissions and then some other information, especially with this divine goddess portal fully open now. With this connection of the Swan and Guinevere, Princess Diana energy of the divine feminine, and with Atlas, the King Arthur, the Christos, the divine masculine, the two coming together, merging to create the sacred threefold flame into the one, directly from source, a calling to all light workers, love workers, to transmit the violet flame, the violet ray, to Paris, France. This is a sacred portal of the divine goddess that has been under attack for many years, but that which is left of the false, of the dark, that is putting energy that needs to be transformed, transmuted. And of course, we all know that the city of romance, this is the city of the union of divine feminine, divine masculine. The sacred portal has been under attack, as most of us know, and it is calling to the angels of earth, the boots on the ground, to send a healing violet wave. And you can connect it to the green heart center, the heart chakra, the emerald green. And this portal is also connected to the ancient Cathars, which are connected to the Essenes, the ancient mystery schools of the Middle East. And this portal is also connected to Glastonbury Tor. And each one of these locations, there's multiple light workers working on the grids there, but it is a calling out to all that resonate with this to send the healing waves. You could send the violet ray of Saint Germain, and I just received an activation through the right ear, the call of the tiger, the white tiger with the black stripes. And this is the natural law, the instinctual nature. And there's been so many synchronicities over the last couple days since the merging. If you saw my video yesterday, I put the images of the 7 swan. Actually, there were video and then an image of the mother with the 5 babies. I revisited them today, the 7 trumpets, and they resounded at the deepest, highest codes. The sound of the trumpet of these 7 angels came to me today, so hopefully this week I'll be able to edit and upload some of that video. I got footage of that and many more pictures. The mother and father brought the 5 babies right up to me, and as other people gathered around, I was hearing behind me, because I was so focused on getting close or being connected with them, that people were saying, I've never seen this before, kind of thing. And I said to one woman, this is the new earth. And of course, as many of you, we get that look like, huh? A what? But people are getting it. They're knowing some major shift is underway. Most people, especially with the scamdemic going on, they're realizing the matrix is fully being revealed. So today I put some extensive research of the King Arthur, Avalon, Camelot, connected with Merlin, Guinevere, because of course the Comet Swan, Guinevere of the ancient legends of King Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table. This energy's coming through, especially with Merlin and the dragon energies. And today I realized surrounding the sacred portal that I went to last year in 2019 was the first time in my lifetime I witnessed the birth, the energy of these baby swans, these white swans. And then to this year, They gave birth last year. They gave birth to 7, this year to 5. So this is connected to Avalon. And the street I drove down today to get to this nature preserve where this sacred portal is, this street was called Avalon. If you listen to yesterday's transmission as I left, there's a development called Camelot. And obviously the developers of these communities surrounding the sacred portal, I'm sure, are into the legends of King Arthur. But the synchronicities are our guides here through these final energies, connecting us to information and codes and energies. So this code, the mist of Avalon, which was the veil to the land of the immortals, and Avalon has been translated as the island of fruit trees, but it was also the land of the immortals. And the immortals were connected with the fairies. And it's also been revealed that Avalon, the island, I believe it was in the Lake of Avalon, which is connected to the sword of Excalibur. They say this is where the sword was forged, and obviously Avalon is symbolic of heaven, or the non-physical source. That's also where King Arthur was taken when he got hurt in one of the last battles to heal. So the immortals of Avalon, they were called Sidhe, spelled Sidhe. I believe that's Gaelic. It's also been called the Island of Youth because of the immortality. And it was one of the legends was they appeared as small blue humanoid winged creatures. And they've been described as masters of enchantments. They were served by the pixies. And some of the teachings of Merlin, the Lake of Avalon, which contained the island of Avalon, is the land of eternal youth, and mortals are only supposed to glimpse it the moment before death. So that's symbolic of the doorway in between worlds opening. And the new Avalon is symbolic with the new earth, or what we call 5D, fifth dimensional energies. And these energies are also connected to the Lady of the Lake, which brought King Arthur the sword of Excalibur. So this sword of Excalibur is also synchronistic and symbolic of the sword of truth. In the Zen Buddhists, we call the diamond sword of truth that cuts through all illusion, all delusions, annihilates all ignorance to reveal the true nature of your infinite light, infinite life. So in the link in the description below, I posted a lot of information that I found about Avalon, King Arthur, Guinevere, and the Sidhe, the immortals. And many people are feeling that connection to Glastonbury Tor. We know that is connected to the Avalon energies. Now I'm going to jump to a new subject real quick before we get started with today's transmissions. Yesterday I was visited by one of my Qigong teachers, and he was saying that within 2 years he's seeing himself, he's having visions of leaving, going to the new earth, or 5D, and he showed me an image of a crop circle from several years ago about this earth and the new earth. And he was saying about rapture. He said something along the lines of, if rapture doesn't resonate with you, think of the symbolism of migration. And I said, of course, I'm fine with the word rapture. Words are words. I see rapture as what people are calling the event, and I can see it from every angle, every dimension, every timeline, as I go into the 0 point. So I just explained to people that many of the Christian versions, and I've spoken to many, several Christians about this, that the rapture itself is not for a select few. The creator source does not pick and choose, such as you're going to be saved, you're not, based on your beliefs. And obviously 5D is about heart resonance, it's about connection, it's about unity, about love, truth. So when I thought of migration, a synchronicity, if you get a chance, check out Divine Bro Star Todd Medina and Divine Sistar's conversation today. Divine Sister Victoria Liljenquist about her connection and communication with the prophet Ezekiel, who she's worked with most of her life. I spoke with Victoria and we had an amazing conversation a few weeks ago about this great awakening, the shift, the new earth, all these things. And several days ago, Ezekiel contacted her, and he's incarnated into flesh, into 3D for this ascension process. And is saying in the next couple of weeks, many things are going to transpire, and potentially our reconnection with our star families, the star nations, may happen in the next couple of weeks. With so many timeline shifts and so many things accelerating, transforming, it's hard to, time and dates, we really can't say for sure. Just like in the Bible, no one knows the exact time or day of the rapture, which I see the rapture as being the quantum leap of consciousness. We've been building these energy waves and transformations over the last 30 or more years that have been building up to this critical mass, to this precipice. It's like a supernova that a star is kind of collapsing. We call it the compression breakthrough. As a star, a sun, collapses into its own singularity, the 0 point, it expands out instantaneously. It's the most powerful force in the universe, expands its energy out to the ends of the universe in a massive wave. So I see this quantum leap as we're compressing into these energies, going deeper, deeper within, into that 0 point. When the collective reaches this critical mass, it will be that expansion into 5D, which people are seeing as heaven on earth. That's the merging of the energies of the higher dimensional, or the non-physical with the physical, the internal with the external, so that we can fully manifest heaven on earth, or paradise on earth, fully conscious, fully awake, and fully aware. This isn't an unconscious thing, although we're working with the unconscious, the super consciousness, the cosmic consciousness, Buddha consciousness, Christ consciousness. We're working with these all symbolize the same thing anyway, so we let go of all concepts and feel our way to source. You can check out the conversation with Victoria and Todd Medina on Sola G1 Studios, or connect with Victoria on Facebook, Victoria Liljenquist, Liljenquist. You will receive several activations and downloads just from this conversation. Also, things coming through these energies is that our DNA is being recalibrated. She touches on that in this discussion about we're feeling exhausted, or this energy of blacking out or falling asleep throughout the day is our higher selves, which are already on the starships, the motherships. We're infinite multidimensional beings. So you exist in every timeline, you exist in every dimension, but your consciousness, as it's in this 3D, generally you can connect to these other aspects we call quantum jumping as a term, or astral projection, where you can reconnect with that higher dimensional aspect of yourself all the way to source. But we say on the mothership it would be a higher frequency, a higher dimensional aspect of yourself, which through this amnesia programming of the false matrix, we forget, for one, how to connect to these different aspects, and forget what the Zen masters say: your face before your parents were born, your eternal self, your source self, divine self, which we are all part of this process, especially those that, if you're listening to this now, and those that come to this channel, you're absolutely part of this great awakening process. You wouldn't be listening to this now if you weren't. So don't worry about if you've done enough or what you're doing. You're working in multi-dimensions right now. So just know that you are doing your best and you are part of this process. And when the time is right, you'll receive the activation that will reunite or reconnect you with these higher dimensional aspects of yourself if you haven't already. So today also on the Schumann charts, we had another spike of 47 hertz of the amplitude, the overtones. Yesterday it was a little more calm. We had about 7 days in a row of 40 plus resonance activations. And today in the earthquakes on Pachamama, it was a lot more quiet with 181 earthquakes. The last couple days there were, I think, around 900 movements, shaking, rising up, raising up. These are all part of this ascension. We're feeling the vibrations through our physical vessel, the same that Gaia is feeling through her physical vessel of the earth plane. The whole ring of fire again lit up today with all these portal openings, activations, recalibrations, upgrades, however you want to look at it. It's all based on our perception and experience. So again, in the West United States, multiple earthquakes. In Nevada, Oklahoma today had several. 3.9 in Helena. South America again, Peru in the Andes Mountains, 4.2. Also just southeast of Easter Island, which is in the southern part. We're getting southeast off the coast of South America, off of Chile at 4.7. And then in Chile, we had a 4.1. Idaho again, 3.3, 33 energies. And then in Greece again, in that sacred portal, Crete, 4.3. New Zealand had a 4.2. Taiwan, a 4.7. And then a 4.8 in Papua New Guinea. So the whole grid is being activated. All the portals are fully open now, preparing us for this great shift, this quantum leap of consciousness from Homo sapien to Homo luminous, light body. We'll start today's first transmission from Divine Sister Terry Wade, the leap, merging of the third, fourth, and fifth dimensions. Do you remember me from our first days on Lemuria? Back then we were just light bodies. Many of us lived within the now, the present, until Earth's resonance fell in vibration into the lower dimensions. When Earth fell into the fourth, then the third dimension, our light body hid in our increasingly dense form. Now your light body is hidden inside your costume of flesh. Your light body is awaiting the birth of the merging of the third, fourth, and fifth dimensions. You don't realize this, but all three of these dimensions have always existed together on this plane within the physical reality on Earth. When you merge with the fourth and fifth dimensions, you cannot deny these higher worlds anymore. The ones that continue to live in this third dimensional reality who resist this higher vibration will call you illogical and worse, but those people will eventually deal with those consequences. What's happening is higher perceptions are going to become more normal, and the so-called logical ones still living in 3D will be recognized as being limited to what's right in front of them. These logical ones who are coming from such a limited reality will not be able to accept the shift. They may not believe that it is possible, therefore their perceptions will not be calibrated to perceive the fifth or even the fourth layer of reality. Since these logical ones will not allow themselves to see the fifth, they will not notice that the reality is changing. This is because their limited perceptions will separate them from this new reality when the dimensions merge. These logical ones live through fear. They fear that inside voice not being right because they've been programmed to believe an outside source to be the voice of reason, when that is all an illusion. They are afraid to make that leap from their guidance from an outside source to their inner guidance because of their fear of not being able to continue their survival in this physical reality. They fear that inner voice is wrong and the outer world is right. My dear physical one, I wish to tell you that it is fear that has blocked any forward movement. However, you are part of a group that is here to assist Earth in planetary ascension. Most of you who have chosen to listen to that inner voice have also chose to ignore that voice of the ego. Basically, you need to be able to trust yourself enough to reveal yourself. That means you are coming to the awareness of your role. Soon the memories of having the fear of you entering into your physical body from your light body will happen. You don't remember now, but you will recall the terror when you entered your third-dimensional body. We are now reversing the transformation. But unfortunately, fear is always involved with change. Remember, the human species has been through de-evolution and evolution, and those memories of those past lives and deaths are all encoded in your DNA. All these memories are beginning to surface due to this frequency shift. The remainder of your third-dimensional life is very short, and I know many of you know this. This light that you see before you begins at just a speck, and the more you walk towards it, it gets brighter and brighter. When this fifth-dimensional light shines within your physical body, you can feel how the layers of vibrations merge with that fifth-dimensional outer layer of your physical body, which is kind of like a nebula cloud around you. And within those layers is your fourth-dimensional self. Remember, your fourth-dimensional form shapeshifts and morphs in and out of those realities like a dream. The fourth dimension is like a bridge between a very dense form of reality and a very high vibrational existence. I call it the preparation stage for this immense leap in our evolution. Your process of surrender is allowing the fourth and fifth dimensional frequencies to slowly integrate while in a physical form. This has never happened before in such a dense physical body. Hence, what was once very dense is now being infused with finer vibratory frequencies. Eventually, every cell and atom in your body will vibrate in tandem with your fifth dimensional self, heaven. And the image in today's video from Divine Sister Suzanne Amara, celebrating life, light activation, calling all councils in unity, loving infinite flow experience. And from Divine Sister Elizabeth Peru, the Venus retrograde, a huge impact. Have you noticed that since mid-May, your feelings of self-love and worth have been bubbling up to the surface? Of the 4 planetary retrogrades currently underway, it's Venus that's influencing us the most. It only comes around once every 18 months, so this is your time of the year to overhaul who you are within intimate relationships. And this week, with a waft of mental energy stirring communications, you can make some empowering moves. From ElizabethPeru.com. Also a side note, this Venus energy, the Venusian energy, is also connected to the Comet Swan. It's connected to the Divine Feminine, the Goddess, the Blue Wave, the Blue Healing Light, Divine Feminine. And from Here in the Moon Astrology, Sunday, May 24th through 31st, 2020, a heads up, incoming Gemini information overload. Last Friday's Gemini new moon has just activated the 8-week eclipse tunnel from May 22nd to the Cancer new moon on July 20th. Starting next week on June 5th, get ready for not 2 but 3 wild card eclipses, one after the other. When you emerge from the turbulence later in the summer, you'll see how these sideways escalators, time-space shifts, have changed everything yet again, giving you an entirely new perspective on the virus, the reset, and the next 6 months. If you're a wayfinder, sensitive, maverick, or creative, welcome to Super Fast Tracked Phase 2 Embodiment. You might think you've been there, done that, got the t-shirt, but this 2020 Phase 2 process is going to demand even greater individual responsibility and more individual embodiment than in Phase 1. This week there are 6 planets, points, in air sign Gemini, Sun, Venus, Vesta, Node of Fate, Mercury, literally bringing a welcome breath of fresh air from the dense, suffocating Earth energy. Gemini's ruler Mercury is at his tricksterish best worst in his own sign, in contact with unpredictable Uranus, slippery Neptune, Mars, the galactic center, Vesta, and node of fate. On Thursday, the 28th of May, the messenger crosses the world axis into zero Cancer, the volatile eclipse degree of the approaching June 21st solar eclipse, which will be the summer solstice, one of those rare hinge in history events. Expect more incoming data than ever before, a veritable Tower of Babel of crossed wires, misinformation, fake news, along with new information, decisions from governments contradicting themselves. In your own life, this is not about trying to make sense of anything. How could you when, with all the retrograde change agents, planets, and incoming multiple eclipses, the ground is going to be pulled out from under your feet? This is about becoming even more skillful and adept at inside-out thinking, understanding that your mind is not a camera but a projector, with all the implications that brings. From Here on the Moon Astrology.co.uk and from Gaia Portal, Bellinger items are revealed to all. Harbingers of higher realms are seen. Martin's delight. And from the heart of Buddhism, Padme Sambhava, the lotus born. What is given the name Buddha? Padme Sambhava. All that appears and exists, samsara and nirvana, arises from your own mind, a mind that cannot be grasped, free from center and edge, in the natural state of vast equality, intrinsic and uncontrived, remain undistracted in great effortlessness. Whatever thought you think, it arises as the space of wakefulness. The awakened one is nothing other than this. When self-cognizant wakefulness is fully actualized, that is what is given the name Buddha. And from the Tzolk'in Times, Kin 56, Yellow Self-Existing Warrior. Self-existing is the name for the number 4, and its keywords are definition, form, and measure. The 4th day of any wave spell is about taking a closer look at the details, reading the finer print, and scrutinizing, so you may proceed armed with the knowledge necessary to move forward with the wave spell. Yesterday we flew with the eagle and saw things from a higher perspective. Now we must swoop in closer to see what is going on. Today is Yellow Warrior, and the key words associated with it are intelligence, fearlessness, and questioning. Yellow Warrior invites us to go on a mission, to accept a quest. Contemplate today what you could achieve using your willpower and thinking like the warrior. Wield a sword and don't be shy about marching forth, as it is a number 4 day and that represents definition. Today's mission, therefore, will be about the quest for information. The warrior loves to ask questions, and it has a thirst for knowledge, so the number goes very well with the day. The guide for the day is Yellow Human, which represents channeling, wisdom, and free will. This suggests that using your intuition to guide your actions today will lead your quest and help you discover the answers. And from Christina Papagiorgio, Yellow Self-Existing Warrior, Kin 56, 24 May 2020. And a quick note, the Yellow Self-Existing Warrior is also connected to King Arthur and the Christos energy. Questioning form, 24/5/2020 equal 24/5/22 equals 654, counting down. 654 equals 15 equals 6. 24 charisma, magnetism, joy. 6 heaven, Christ, harmony, romance. 5 liberation, change, transformation. 4 form, structure, foundation. Kin 56 equal 11 equal 2. 11 portal, gate, polarity. 2 twins, partnership, cooperation. Another potent day, continuing the gifts brought by yesterday's Blue Eagle, calling us to action, our dreams, and our divine purpose. Day 4, In the red Skywalker wave spell of awakening, exploration, and new adventures, today we are working on the mental plane and using our minds to question what it is we need to surrender in order to shape a new reality and expand our consciousness. Yesterday we closed the cycle of war and battles on our beloved planet, Gaia. The Rainbow Warriors have gloriously arisen and are victoriously reclaiming this realm in order to lead us into the light at the end of the rainbow. Tone of creation, self-existing tone 4, operates in the mental realm, action measures, power defines, essence form. Self-existing number 4 takes form, and we have ourselves a square shape, self-existing, measuring and defining, very intelligent, fascinated by itself. We now have built a sturdy platform upon which further growth takes place. The warrior plus the self-existing tone are a very mind-focused energy, leading to much mental analysis, questioning, and defining today. The warrior will necessitate that you define what form your dreams and the collective dreaming of your planet shall take in order to be created. It is time to build a solid foundation for new Earth together. A powerhouse of creation energies exists within our beings. Unleash the power, passion, and life force that Chikan provides to fuel your desires and perfect the planetary dream. Peace on Earth for all planetary kin. Today's question is, what do you need to fearlessly surrender in order for your divinely directed ideas and dreams to take form? Divine blessings for the realization of your great dreams to take form. In Lakek Ala Kin, Christina White, Magnetic World Bridger, Kin 66. Kin 56, Yellow, Self-Existing Warrior. The mantra, the code for today is, I define in order to question. Measuring fearlessness, I seal the output of intelligence. With the self-existing tone of form, I am guided by the power of free will. And with the energies of the eagle soaring high into the sky, above all the chaos and confusion, flying freely into the light, looking directly into the solar center of the great central sun. At this sacred portal I went to today to connect with the 7 swans, connected to the 7 sisters of the Pleiades, as they sung their trumpeting tune, to the 3 that flew overhead, symbolizing the Trinity, the threefold flame. There is a massive bald eagle nest at this portal, and the mother and father hatched 2 bald eagle kin this season. So more auspicious signs, more signs and synchronicities that connect us to the divine, to the sacred. So let us know in the comments below, beloved beings of light, what you're experiencing, what you're feeling, your adventures, your dreams, your synchronicities, and your visions. Whatever you'd like to transmit to myself, our teams, the celestials, the star nations, they're seeing everything now that's transpiring, and each one of us, the star blossoms, the ground crew, are witnesses that are connected to our sacred vessels on the higher dimensions and on the motherships that are connecting to the earth crew. We are witnesses for what is manifesting in this earthly plane, this earthly realm. Aho. I'd like to thank everyone also for your support on Patreon. If you'd like to support our work and mission for the Healing Retreat Center in Ecuador, you can make a pledge on patreon.com/Prime Disclosure. I'd also like to thank everyone that has joined our CBD business. We're also using that to raise funds for this great mission of the Healing Retreat Center and Sustainable Community in Ecuador, South America. We're raising funds to travel to sacred Ecuador and seek out the land and raise funds to obviously purchase this land there's many great things to come. If you'd like to join us, you can connect on cbdpeaceoil.com. I'd like to thank and welcome Judith to the team. You can connect with us on Facebook, CBD Team Ecuador. Thank you for joining us, and thank you for your support and your purchase today. We'll be in contact with you in the next couple days here. So much is going on that we're doing our best to keep up with all the connections, all the emails, messages, everything that's coming through. So I'm doing my best to respond to the messages and emails, but we're being inundated right now, of course, with this great shift going on. So thank you all for your connections, your support. Thank you for your patience. I appreciate each and every one of you. If you're new to this channel, be sure to subscribe. Click the subscribe button below and the little bell next to subscribe to get notifications on future uploads. Also, in the link in the description below, will take you to our website with the transcription of today's transmission. And at the bottom of this blog post in the link will be a bunch of information on King Arthur, Avalon, Guinevere that I compiled today. And we archive all these transmissions on our website, primedisclosure.com. So thank you for joining us today. Sacred angels of infinite light, infinite life. I will end this with a powerful mantra to connect you deeply to the other shore, to the Great Spirit, the Great Mystery. So put your awareness in your heart center, or go within, just let go into whatever rises up from the core of your being, from the heart of the lion. Gote, gote, para, gote, parasom, gote, bodhisvaha. Gote, gote, para, gote, parasom, gote, bodhisvaha. Gote, gote, para, gote, parasom, gote, bodhisvaha. And this is the ending mantra for the Heart Sutra from Kuan Yin, Avalokitesvara, the Bodhisattva of compassion, clearly saw that the 5 skandhas are empty, the 5 senses are intrinsically empty, just like the mind, the original state of the emptiness into form, form into emptiness. Have a beautiful and blessed day. I love you all. Namaste.